Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jackson, and in this video, I'm going to hopefully convince you why I think the American Express Hilton Aspire credit card is the absolute best, most overpowered hotel credit card in the entire industry. So just to get a sense of bearing on where we are in the Hilton credit card lineup, we are looking at this card here. This is the highest annual fee card that Hilton has, currently sitting at $450 annual fee. But throughout this video, I'm going to show you why that $450 annual fee is actually worth it. To start off, this card does feature a $150,000 Hilton Honors bonus points sign up if you spend $4,000 in your first 3 months. And it's a pretty accepted rule that post-pandemic, Hilton points are worth about 0.05 cents per point. So you could get around $800 with this 150,000 point sign up. Moving on to the earning rates, and there's really only one you should care about, and that's the hotels and resorts booked directly with Hilton. The other two, I don't ever recommend using them because 7x isn't good enough to warrant the opportunity cost of using another card. If you have something that will get you 4x back, I would always use that one, because if you do the points conversion for 7x to what you would accumulate in Hilton points, it's just not worth it. So 14x on Hilton properties is fantastic though, and I'll show why this card is actually even better than 14x later on. But that is an absolutely great redemption. 14x for all Hilton properties is a total win. But now let's get into the credits, and that's really what makes this card so good. First, to start off, you have a $250 airline fee credit. This is kind of annoying to use, but there are definitely ways around it. You used to be able to buy Delta gift cards or gift cards with other airlines. Right now, you can use the United Travel Bank to basically wipe out this credit, which is exactly what I did. You can just go to United and select this as your airline and then buy a United gift card with it, and it will wipe out the credit right there. So I'm valuing this at around probably $225. And you also get a $250 Hilton Resort statement credit. So anytime you book a hotel, and with the pandemic, this has changed. So anytime that I have found that you book a hotel with this card and you haven't used this credit already, you will just immediately get refunded $250 off of that stay. It does not have to be a resort for the time of this filming. This could change. And I verified this and stayed at many Hilton properties in the past year that I've just booked a hotel with Hilton directly, and they will automatically just use this credit. So this has changed. The official terms say that you can only use this for a resort, but maybe Hilton is just trying to be nice and letting you allow you to use this just during the pandemic. But we will see if this stays around. So you can see just by using the airline credit and the resort credit, that's $500 right there. But the credit card only costs $450 a year, so you're actually profiting $50 if you value each of those at their full value. You do get a free weekend night at just about any Hilton property. There are a few exclusions, but they're basically the ultra premium ones that are not in the United States, except I've never had a problem going to any of them and using this credit at there. I did use this, and I will show you how this works later on in the video. Next, we have the $100 Hilton on-property credit. You do have to be staying at a Hilton Waldorf Astoria or Hilton Conrad property in order to use this. All you have to do is, before you go to stay at your hotel, that if you're staying at one of these places, is just call them ahead of time and say you'd like to use this credit. They usually right away will just say okay, and then credit $100 to your room. So whatever you charge to your room will just go off of taken off from this credit. And I did actually use this, and I'll talk more about my experience using this later on. You do get Priority Pass Select with this card, so as soon as you sign up, you will be greeted with on the benefits page, a chance where you can select all of the information that you have associated with the card. Then they will send you a physical card for Priority Pass, except I always use the mobile app, so you really don't need the physical card. This card does have no foreign transaction fees, and it does come with damage insurance for car rental loss and a premium global assist hotline, but I've never used any of those. American Express is phasing most of those two credits out on their premium cards. And this card does have return protection. So if you buy something and the merchant will not take it back and you wish to return it, you can just go ahead and give American Express a call, and they will be able to give you a refund for it for up to $300 per item and a maximum of $1,000 per calendar year. So pretty cool benefit. But what just makes this card bonkers good is the fact that you get diamond status, Hilton's highest level status, right off the bat just for holding this card. So if you remember back to when I talked about getting 14x back, you actually get 100% points on earning stays. So you actually get double the amount that you would stay. So that 14x actually turns into 34x back, which is just a crazy amount back that you can get. There's really only 3 major perks of having diamond status versus no status, and that is with space available room upgrades. So if you were staying at a Hilton property and they have a nicer room available, what you can do is before you check in, you can message the front desk and ask them if there is a status room upgrade available. Sometimes they will go ahead and just move you to a nicer room if there's one available. Other times they won't. The next benefit is daily food and beverage credit. So if you are staying at a hotel that has a continental breakfast, you get free continental breakfast. If it doesn't have continental breakfast, then you can get anywhere between $21 and $25 per day to spend at the breakfast of your choosing. The next benefit is elite status gifting, and this is just absolutely crazy that if you get diamond status, you can then give gold status to someone else. So they get all of these perks here that I've highlighted. They get the room upgrades, they get the beverage and food credit, they get all of those perks in addition to you getting diamond status as well. So I mean that's just absolutely insane that you then get to offer a +1 for this same credit. So just to highlight the absolute power of this card, so if you take a look at this here, I went to Washington, D.C. about a month ago. I stayed at the Conrad in Washington, D.C. I paid 160,000 points for 2 people for 2 nights stay, and then I used the free weekend night to get the 3rd night completely for free. Just to remind you, this is a trip that normally would have cost around $1,600 to go, and then that's not even including any of the breakfast or anything you want there. So I ended up actually only spending around 152,000 points, which sounds like a lot, but if you remember, the sign-up bonus is 150,000. So from that initial sign-up, you can basically get an entire stay for free. But the other thing I want to highlight that I talked about before is you do get a $25 credit because they did not have a complimentary breakfast bar there. So instead they give you $25 per day per person, and I was going with 2 people. So I went to the bar just to get a lunch every day, and you can see there's a $25 credit that was charged every day to the card. I ended up only spending about $8, but for the entire stay, that's not that bad. After running all the numbers, this is what I come to. I come to a total profit in the green of $280 by holding this card. Just to break all the math down, is the $250 airline fee I'm valuing at $225 just to take $25 off, because I personally just find it more annoying that I would lock myself to only going on United flights. I wish I could use this for, it worked on Delta, or really just for a actual plane ticket itself would be the best situation, but this is what we have to work with to work around American Express's rules. $250 hotel credit if they keep it in its current form, which allows you to actually use it just for hotels and not resorts. I'm going to value it at $250. If they do decide only make it for resorts, I may adjust it, but for right now, it works for any hotel, so I'm going to keep it at $250. Diamond status, I'm going to assume that I will travel 7 days out of the year, and the cost to go and get breakfast somewhere would be $15, so I'm going to value this at $105. Then the free night is sure, you could value this anything you want. I mean, I was staying at the Conrad, which costs $450 a night usually, but I would never pay that retail, so I would probably pay somewhere around like $200. Maybe I could change this to, to $200 or so. That would be around what I would pay. But this gives me more accurate representation of what I'm getting for the card. So even if they increase this annual fee to $550, I think I'm still getting pretty good value from it. So that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. My name's Jackson. If you want to see more content similar to this one, be sure to hit the subscribe button and like this video if you want to see content similar to this. Thanks again for watching. Catch you guys next time. Take care.